It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see David Njoku. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. The action is only moments away. Coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Well, the Chiefs offense going to make their way out, and at the helm, a now 3-time Super Bowl MVP in his 8th season in the NFL, it's Patrick Mahomes.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Mahomes not wasting time. He'll throw. He finds Hopkins complete. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. The receiving numbers for Hopkins a week ago. 8 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
He's going to do this off to his running back, Hunt. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he's probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Chubb will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. 7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mahomes going to throw. Forced out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jordan Hicks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. And here's Matt Ariza now. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the home team's offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's putting together some kind of campaign. Currently 2nd in the NFL in touchdown receptions among wideouts. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And now they'll fake it here on the end around and instead look to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And wide open, complete, and all the way in for the touchdown. Jerry Judy, as the first half is winding down, and his guys get the quick strike touchdown. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we have come to halftime and what's already a touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see currently they trail in that ball game. Big Derrick Henry with a couple of touchdown runs. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Cedric Wilson, a touchdown reception. In the first half, it was the veteran Jameis Winston just doing his thing. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as guys were able to build a double-digit lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and Jameis Winston set to take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Second down, here's Chubb again. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. They go play action. Winston. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Open man, that's Tillman. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb fighting him off. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Mahomes. In trouble, and he's taken down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Going to look at Jerry Jeudy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 28-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's played well all year long as he enters the home stretch of the season as the NFL leader in touchdown passes.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes now to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the home team here, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.